Welcome to the Battle Zone. AWL Strong and Free, let's get started.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and the rank is on the line. Introducing first, making his wood ring from Minneapolis, Minnesota, by way of Las Vegas, Nevada. He is the number 3 ranked in the AWL Best 4. The Technical Wizard, Lee Masters.
As we're waiting for this first match, please take a moment, subscribe to the channel, give us a like. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the season. We've only got a couple of weeks left. Please, 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 please. How about 80? I need one more subscriber to get to 80. 80. I would love that to be you. Please, just down there, clickety clickety. You can do it.
And his opponent, making his wood ring from Brooklyn, New York. He is the number 2 ranked in the AWL Best 4. The Suplex Master, Sammy.
If you notice the screen, the video behind the Suplex Master, 7-time champions, 7-time tag team champions facing off against each other with rank in the singles division on the line. A refocus by the new classics on singles gold. Sammy Nix has been the AWL Grand Champion before. Lee Masters, not so much. So we're taking a look here. We are first match of the night, first of 2 matches with significant ranking implications. Let's get started. Bang the gong. We are on 10-minute time limit in this opening contest here in AWL Strong and Free from the Greater Toronto Area. Coming up later tonight, the ladies of Lucha in the main event will be defending the AWL Joshi Tag Team Championship for the very first time against the Dancing Queens. Heidi Howitzer will face off against her tag team partner, hang on a second, her tag team partner, Max the Impaler, the NWA World Television Champion, in a number 1 contenders match for the Joshi Championship. Black Tiger Queen will be here to make the defense next week. Wild Thing makes her first defense of the AWL Canadian National Championship against Project Kaiju of the Augments. Ophidian, the Cobra Supernova, faces off against someone or something you should be very familiar with in the wrestling mummy, King Akira of Monster Union. Speaking of Monster Union, Nekomusume is coming up next against Usa-chan. Both women looking to get a rebound victory here at AWL Strong and Free, episode 77. This is the new show, and we're up to 77 episodes. Lee Masters with another attempt at a cover there, doesn't quite get it, going back up to the top rope, changing up his game plan, not traditionally a high flyer, and that's why. That is why he doesn't fly that much. Over the shoulder position, boom! Into the cover. But a rope break, good eye by senior official Joey Baba Ganoush of the famous Baba Ganoush wrestling family. Belly-to-belly overhead release suplex by the Suplex Master. The action coming hot and heavy in the opening minutes of this opening match. Right hand collar. Oh, no, goes to the double wrist lock. Oh! Some small joint manipulation there. That's not so nice. German going into the dragon. He's going for the 3-headed monster, the Chimeraplex. X-Plex, is he going to hold for the bridge? Yes, he is. Referee right in position. 1, 2, kick out. Sammy Nix comes into this match 106 wins and 82 losses plus 24. Lee Masters 100 wins even, 83 losses plus 17. 2 members of the 100 win club wrestling, and this is just the opening match, ladies and gentlemen. We got plenty of time here. All sorts of action coming up. We got action in the men's division, in the women's division. We've got wrestlers fighting to save their careers. We've got wrestlers fighting for championships, fighting to get the chance to become champions. It's all here tonight on the Animated Wrestling League. And now Lee Masters, in trouble. Sammy Nix going to try and fly. Goes to the drop kick, gets absolutely nothing and falls right on his back. He's been wrestling for 20 some odd years. This could take a while, folks. This could take something out of his career. Speaking of people losing a great deal of their career, we wish to extend our condolences and our get well soon wishes to Eddie Kingston, the War King, recently confirmed to have a rather serious knee injury that may keep him out for minimum, I'd say, 6 to 8 months. So he's not going to be here in the AWL for a while. His temporary retirement leaves him at an 8-9 record in the Animated Wrestling League. 6 minutes and 20 seconds remaining here. Collar and elbow back into the ring, referee with the 20 count on the outside. AWL rules in effect in this, our opening contest. Oh, that's either that was a single leg. He grabbed that single leg. The retired MMA fighter who's been more exclusively in pro wrestling for a while. There's the combo move. The pro wrestling suplex into the rear naked choke. He's a pro wrestler. He's a mixed martial artist. He is the technical wizard, Lee Masters. And unfortunately, his partner of over a decade, they've been tag team partners. Not the first time they've wrestled. They've had many matches against each other. I think they met in the Oshogatsu Taikai once. Oh, beautiful counter into the German. 1, 2. Not able to get a 3 count there. 5 minutes and 26 seconds remaining. Plenty of time. Belly-to-belly overhead release suplex yet again. And the way he grabs that sort of outside-inside grip to hit that suplex, that's an unusual grip there. Discus punch, legal blow fans. As suplex master Sammy Nix looking to take control here in the corner.
5 minutes left. 5 remaining.
Alley-oop! And down goes Lee Masters, who has had some singles title success. He's been the AWL Intercontinental Champion, and he was also the British Openweight Champion for a while. That was the first singles title he's ever held, but these two are tag team specialists. Lee Masters actually the most successful individual tag team champion of all time in the AWL. More than 10 times he has held the AWL Tag Team Championship by basically all the names it's ever gone by, including the World's Tag Team title, and he's held that with 3 different tag team partners, a rare accomplishment in the world of tag team wrestling. Collar and elbow tie up here, going up. Back elbow right to the face as Sammy Nix escaping the fireman's carry hold on the outside with only 4 minutes on the clock. Now remember the ranks involved here. Right now, Sammy Nix with the superior rank. In the event of a time limit draw, which at this point we could very well easily see, Sammy Nix would retain his number 2 rank. We know that Tiger Mask 3 is the presumptive number 1 contender. Elbow drop from the top. And into the cover here, we got 1, 2, and a kick out by Lee Masters. 3 minutes and change remaining. Getting a holy crap chant from the crowd. I don't blame them. This is a banger of a match. Ripcord, lariats, Rainmaker. And he's using the Rainmaker as a transition. If Okada were watching, he'd be pissed. Suplex combo into the rear naked choke. Rear naked choke locked. Oh, it's locked in deep and a tap out. Sammy Nix taps out to Lee Masters. And we will have a change in the rankings of the Animated Wrestling League. We'll show that to you right after this replay. That pro wrestling to MMA combo move. And they do this how he leans back, increasing the pressure on the carotid artery, and it's tap or snap.
Here is your winner, the technical wizard, Lee Masters.
Lee Masters moves up to number 2. Sammy Nix at number 3. And that is the AWL Best 4 for the Grand Championship and Will Ospreay. Usa-chan coming off of a very bad loss of the Canadian National Championship, looking to get back to winning ways against someone who is currently in the AWL Danger Zone. Let's go, lesbians!
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, Making her way to the ring from the Warren, representing Lucha, accompanied by Betty Bubbles, Usa-chan.
Usa-chan, 1 week removed from losing the Canadian National Championship to the woman who will be defending it a little bit later tonight, Wild Thing. A lot of action for Monster Union tonight, as you're gonna see. So get ready to see the Manipulator pretty frequently, but Usa-chan, taking a look at the win-loss records here. Usa-chan comes into this match, 40 wins, 30 losses, ratio of +10. At the moment, she is scheduled to compete in the first ever Natsu Taikai, which will be coming up this summer over the summer solstice. We will be having our first ever women's annual tournament, the equivalent of the Oshogatsu Taikai, the New Year's tournament. Will Usa-chan be able to grab the gold and carry it for an entire calendar year? We await that opportunity. But right now, this is about momentum. This is about rebounding from tough losses for Usa-chan. And this is about maintaining hope of any kind for Nekomusume. At this point, she must win this match. She must win out the entire season. And she needs Edith Surreal to lose in the main event.
And her opponent, making her way to the ring from the realm of the yokai, accompanied by the Manipulator, representing Monster Union, Nekomusume!
Nekomusume Viva Monster Union comes into this match 29 wins, 43 losses in her AWL career, and that makes her -14 in the win-loss record. That puts her at the bottom of the women's standings here in AWL Strong and Free. The two bottom-ranked men and women in Canada and Japan face each other in the career-threatening Boxomania match. Lose the final fall of Boxomania, you are fired. Your career, Bobby, you're done. Wins and losses matter. Wrestling matters in the Animated Wrestling League. Is this where the best wrestle? I don't know, but this is where the wrestling matters. Usa-chan ready. Nekomusume, cat versus rabbit. I'd say right now, on paper, this is Usa-chan's to win in terms of the natural world. Always bet on the kitty cat. And Nekomusume starting off with a pretty strong elbows drop there. In control of the match. Going with the strikes. Usa-chan looking to take care of that. Oh, that high flying advantage. Cats can jump, but never underestimate the leaping ability of a rabbit-style wrestler. We got two of them in the AWL. Usa-chan ready here. Oh, right hand. Multiple kicks. And down we go. Oh, out! Usa-chan gonna fly. Usa-chan about to do something stupid. Tope con hero! You've heard of a bunny flip. That's a bunny roll. That's a bunny dive from Usa-chan. With her beloved Betty Bubbles, her girlfriend, looking on. AWL fans enjoying this action. All singles matches tonight until the main event for the Joshi Tag Team Champions. And taking a look at it, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 out of our 6 matches tonight in the Joshi division. See, Tony Khan, it's not that hard. You can book multiple women's matches in one show. It's actually kind of fun. Dive down. I kid TK. I kid Tony Elite. I love the guy's booking, but yeah. He's getting better with the women's division. Not great, but better. In and out by Nekomusume playing a little cat and mouse, or should I say cat and rabbit, with Usa-chan here. Oh, and this time the elbow drop does not connect as the Manipulator, the witch that assembled the monsters known as Monster Union, watches on. 1, 2. The cat able to get her shoulder up right before that final and fatal 3 count could be registered. I need to focus more on this, folks. If you have not subscribed to the Animated Wrestling League, you're going to miss out on a whole lot of the best wrestling action here on YouTube. So make sure you're subscribed. Just right down there, right down on the lower left-hand corner of your screen, that little subscribe button. It does a cool little colory explosion thing when you click on it. So do that just to get that experience. And a flurry of blows, a furry of blows, if you will, in the corner by Nekomusume, taking control of the match. And now she's thinking the perfect landing, because the cat always lands on her feet. He's, boom, perfect landing, right on the head, right between the ears, right between the uprights. 1, 2, kick out. Crowd chanting for women's wrestling. We do celebrate women's wrestling. We celebrate tag team wrestling. We celebrate all of professional wrestling here in the Animated Wrestling League. All styles, all approaches to Puroresu, whether it's Puroresu, Lucha Libre, World of Sport, good old American wrestling, brawling, hardcore garbage. We do everything. Oh, beautiful counter. Usa-chan with the high ground gives it up for a lateral attack. Pro wrestling, a thinking woman's sport. Strategy coming into play here. Of course, strategy must be met with execution. Referee on 3 there. 20 count on the outside, of course. Plenty of time for the wrestlers to either catch their breath or get their business taken care of on the outside of the Animated Wrestling League. Plenty of time remaining in this 10-minute time limit singles contest in the AWL Joshi division as Usa-chan making it back into the ring. Nekomusume with the high ground right now, at least for the moment. Irish whip into the far corner. Referee getting out of the way wisely before any damage can be done. And get ready for it. Springboard, double springboard. Punch right to the snout. Never underestimate the leaping ability of a rabbit-style wrestler. Don't think she got all of that standing stomp, but she got enough of it, at least for a deep 2 count. Progress made by Usa-chan. As I said, still trying to recover, hoping to recover tonight from that big loss of the AWL Canadian National Championship. And wait a minute, the manipulator casting one of her dark spells. Many wrestlers of the darker persuasion know how to walk the shadows. Hammerlock, Spinebuster. You gotta knock somebody out to make a cover like that, and I don't know. Only a 1 count.
5 minutes elapsed. 5 minutes.
Now wait a minute, the manipulator not getting physically involved. The referee gonna call that an official warning. You only get 1 chance at that. Right hands. Right paws, and standing. STO. And now controlled in the corner. Usa-chan in trouble here. Nekomusume playing with her prey a little bit. Doesn't decide to go for a full cover there. Couldn't quite get her legs over the shoulders. Remember the rules. You've got to pin your opponent's shoulders to the mat. There are more and less effective ways to do that. A little bit of trash talking there. Nekomusume going to get back into the ring. And now the Rabbit's the one playing cat and mouse, and once again, the manager, this mysterious witch. Monster Union has been around in the AWL for years, and we still know virtually nothing about this woman. She just sort of shows up and brings her monsters. Less than 4 minutes right now. Collar and elbow, going to be looking for a German suplex. Nekomusume looking a little indecisive here. She might be thinking perfect landing. Cats always land on their feet, even when their feet are going right on your head. Into the cover, right between the ears, right between the uprights. 1, 2. Deep 2 count with 3 minutes and 16 seconds. That seems to be a significant number to wrestling fans. Remaining on the clock. DDT, low DDT. Not letting the opponent think about it or build up any wind resistance. Drop kick on the outside.
There are 3 minutes remaining.
Time call's going to start coming faster and more frequently now. Hopefully the wrestlers can hear these as well as you can, so hopefully this is going to light a fire under them. And we still have that black steel chair that was introduced by the manipulator earlier in the match. The referee got rid of it. So unfortunately, the match is spilling out to the wrong side of the ring. Nasty looking Hurricane combination by Nekomusume. Goes in and out of the ring to restart the count at 1. German again. I mean, the Duck Cats in Germany. I've met some of them. So I find that believable. I'll say the obvious. You can't win it outside the ring. You can still get a knockout, though. That might be the plan.
2 minutes remaining.
2 minutes left. Referee sort of and again the manipulator. Can we just not throw this woman out? Why do we stop doing that? And there's the furious furry, the feline blows, feline combat. Not horribly effective as Usa-chan pulling Nekomusume away from the corner with 90 seconds on the clock. Not a lot of time left here. This could go to a time limit draw. That would not help Nekomusume in her seemingly futile quest to escape the danger zone. Kitty Cat Stunner. But now, minute and change. Nekomusume gonna fly. And Sammy can get herself down from there.
1 minute remaining.
Hi! No, she got caught! She got caught! Usa-chan catching the high cross body into a good old-fashioned body slam. I love a good body slam. You don't see enough body slams in wrestling anymore. Usa-chan feeling the energy, feeling the adrenaline rushing through her veins. Springboard high! That is how you do a high cross body block. And again, the springboard, the leaping ability, and we are going for it. He's Satsuwaza. Bunny hop. Extreme! Charged up, delivered with 25 seconds on the clock. 1, 2... And with that, with 20 seconds left, we are going to have a time limit draw here, folks. I apologize for that. But Usa-chan thinking maybe one more time. Charging it up. Bunny hop. Bunny hop. Bunny hop extreme! And wait, it was just enough seconds. Just enough time. 1, 2, 3. 2 seconds. 2 seconds on the clock. Time of the fall, 9 minutes, 58 seconds. Usa-chan picks up the victory over Nekomusume in one of the closest finishes in the history of the animated wrestling league. And here comes Betty Bubbles to celebrate with her girlfriend. Good grief. The power of true love. You can accomplish anything. There has understandably been a lot of discussion and debate around one of the participants in this next match, Ophidian the Cobra. Tonight going one-on-one with an entity that he should be, at least conceptually, quite familiar with. Yet another appearance, second of 3, by the forces of Monster Union tonight. He rises.
The following contest is scheduled for 1 fall, introducing first, making his way to the ring from the sands of time, representing Monster Union, accompanied by the Manipulator, Kid Akira.
The Manipulator making her second of 3 scheduled appearances tonight. First aiding Nekomusume in our previous match. A little bit later tonight, going to be seconding Wild Thing as the hardcore furry defends her Canadian National Championship for the very first time as the malicious mummy of professional wrestling. Not the first, not the last most likely, but certainly one of the most powerful here in Monster Union. And with that eerie silence coming down across the arena, we await the man that at this point, I don't think anybody trusts. As much as deep down some of us really want to be able to.
And his opponent, making his way from the Nile Riverbed, the Cobra Supernova, the master of snake style, Ophidian!
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work for a lot of people, Snakey. A deliverer? I don't know what that means. But Ophidian, garbed in the skin of the Cobra Supernova. This is not the guise of the leader of the Crucible, the man who tortured the Carbon until they became potential jewels. But he is the man who is 5-3 in his admittedly quite limited and sporadic AWL career. He faces off right now against King Akira, who is 28 and 33, ratio of -5. So Ophidian, far less experienced in an AWL ring as he runs headfirst into the brick wall that is King Akira. And now trying to rip the Cobra's hood straight off. King Akira of Monster Union, long the powerhouse, a former AWL World Tag Team Champion alongside, well, the other practitioner of snake style on our roster, the Serpentine sensation Hibitsukai, conspicuous by his absence in the corner in this match, I will point out. Maybe trying to stay away from the master of snake style? I don't know, it could be. Back handspring going into the tornado, showing that body agency that made him a legend of independent wrestling all over the world. I remember seeing the Osirian Portal showing up in lists of the greatest tag teams in the world in Japanese wrestling magazines, literally in Weekly Progressive. I once saw it was a tag team special that they did. I was browsing this at the convenience store, and it was probably a Family Mart. And yeah, the Osirian Portal from Chikara, they were right there in this list of like the top 100 greatest tag teams in the world today. And this would have been, 2010, 2011, something like that. So an internationally recognized tag team wrestler on his own here in the Animated Wrestling League. Nobody trusts him. Fire Ant didn't trust him. And you think if anyone, Fire Ant admittedly has his own set of trust issues, but cover here. Quick escape. Slithering out of desperate straits is Ophidian, who's not really been able to put together too much offense in this match so far. He's used to fighting opponents who are bigger than him. He's used to the way we do it around here where there are no weight divisions. Oh, look at that, how quickly clambers up to that top rope. Elbow drop from the top. By the Master of Snake Style, he's going to be looking for that Ophidian Death Grip, and he gets a version of it here. At least the closest we can get. Down into it. That Cobra Clutch, the Ophidian Death Grip. Might need to work on a new version of that. Oh, and beautiful! Oh, no! Gets caught! Powerbomb counter to the Hurricane Rana attempt. Ophidian in trouble here. And now, the touch of Anubis, something perhaps he has felt before. 1, 2, kick out. He claims the gods of Egypt have returned to him. He once doubted their patronage and even their existence. Yes, you are worthy wrestling fans. The spirit of a long-lost warrior. The protector of a now long-lost pharaoh. Clashing in the animated wrestling league. This is what I love about professional wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. And straight into those metal barricades. Zero padding on those things whatsoever, my friends. The referee beginning the 20 count, something that Ophidian will be used to from the Chikara rule set. Very similar to ours, though we have no rule about excesivo de castigo, disqualification for excessive violence. That's not an option here. And Spinebuster on the outside, less than an inch between the back of Ophidian and the concrete. And again, the manipulator slipping a steel chair into the ring. The referee sees it, but King Akira with once again, the touch of Anubis. Close to the ropes, but can he make it too? He does. No, he doesn't have to. Just barely Ophidian able to get a shoulder up before that final and fatal 3 count could be registered. 5.5 minutes remaining now. I want to trust Ophidian. I want this to be the Cobra Supernova. I want this to be the hero that defended Chikara from the Hexed Men. I want this to be Ophidian, but I don't know if it is.
5 minutes elapsed. 5 remain.
Halfway through the time limit now. He's going for that Egyptian Destroyer and hits it! Perfect execution of the Egyptian Destroyer, but very close to the ropes. 1, 2. No. King Akira able to get a shoulder up. He survived the Ophidian Death Grip. He survived the Egyptian Destroyer. What is left for Ophidian here? He's going to have to get creative. And now... Oof! That'll be a fine. Maybe going for the Konshu salt off of the top rope. Or instead a huge splash into the 1, 2, 3. Almost an echo of an Osirian sacrifice. There's the Konshu salt from earlier in the match. Egyptian Destroyer. And maybe a version of the Osirian sacrifice.
Here's your winner, King Akira.
So it is 1-1 for the forces of Monster Union tonight. Still a championship match for them to go, and actually that's going to be right here, right now. The manipulator going to have to scarp her back to the backstage area.
The following contest is scheduled for 1 fall, 1 submission and knockout to decide the winner. And it is for the Animated Wrestling League Canadian National Championship.
This is the first of 2 championship matches in the Joshi division tonight. And our main event, of course, the Joshi Tag Team titles will be defended, and there's a connection here, because in both situations, the champions are looking not only to defend, but to save themselves from Batsu Mania. Their win-loss records would normally condemn them to that match. But the titles they currently hold, the Canadian National Championship and the Joshi Tag Team Championship, protect them. So everything and more on the line here as the diabolical Dr. Jigoku makes his way to the ring, escorting Project Kaiju, who is currently has a record of 13 wins and 9 losses. putting her at a career record of +4 in the Animated Wrestling League. She faces Wild Thing, 34 and 46 for a ratio of -12. A Botsmania-worthy win-loss record, unfortunately. As the echo throughout the arena, Subete Jigoku Hakase no Tameni, all for Dr. Jigoku. The endless loyalty of the augments who owe their very existence to the bad doctor. It's super science versus the supernatural in the AWL. A literal werewolf making her way to the ring, wrestling fans. That is Wild Thing with yet again the manipulator in tow. Third appearance for that witch tonight. And Wild Thing holding the first singles championship of her long and storied career here in the AWL. Remember, she was one of the pioneers of the AWL Joshi division. She is the only member of the foursome that competed for the first ever Joshi Championship to have never held that belt. But now, she is a Canadian national champion, and her canine instinct's taking over here a little bit. She's got a leather strap, she's gonna have some fun with it. The lethal lycanthrope. The hardcore furry fighting for her belt and her career, possibly. The newest championship in the Animated Wrestling League, but certainly a prestigious one, given its age. Ringside official introduction.
Introducing first to the challenger, fighting out of the laboratory, representing the augments, accompanied by Dr. Jigoku, Project Kaiju. And her opponent, she's the reigning and defending Animated Wrestling League Canadian National Champion, tonight making her first title defense, fighting out of Transylvania, accompanied by the Manipulator and representing Monster Union, Wild Thing. This is an officially sanctioned Canadian National Championship match under the auspices of the Animated Wrestling League. AWL Commissioner presiding. At the sound of the bell, AWL Senior Official Joey Popkadush in charge.
Big fight feel, and this is only our third from the top match. We'll have two bouts coming up a little bit later. Bang the gong, we are on cross body block to start off. Not an auspicious Tachiai for Wild Thing as Project Kaiju take control immediately. Wild Thing having to battle back in the opening 15 seconds of the contest. And that opening, that tachiai, that's a term that we take from sumo, that initial strike, that standing strike, and look at that, a jump kick from a super heavyweight made of metal, or whatever materials Dr. Jigoku uses to construct his augments. Face first, snake eyes into the top turnbuckle. That term from sumo, the standing strike, the first strike of the contest, that is so often definitive because it sets the momentum, it sets the tone for the whole contest. Another hip attack. Irish whip over the top rope, nearly down to the floor, but no. The super strength of a superhuman werewolf, able to, with one arm, catapult Project Kaiju back into the ring, and another jump kick. Jumping pump kick, almost a crane-like kick. From Project Kaiju, looking to become the Canadian National Champion. She would become the 11th Canadian National Champion, Wild Thing the first. Sorry, the 10th, I should say. The first was actually another augment. It was Jigoku Destroy was the first ever Canadian National Champion. 1, 2... kick out by Wild Thing, looking to avoid Boxomania. We're about to maybe see the Kaiju crash. Bam! No, sidestep! Sidestep! She got some of it, but not all of it. Does not take the champion off of her feet. A fine for a headbutt. The Wild Thing does not care right now. She's going for it. One mistake on the Kaiju crash. She thought there was a Lycanthropon knockout. And that is it. 2 minutes and 15 seconds. One of the quickest title bouts on record. One sidestep, one mistake leading to the Lycanthropon.
Here is your winner, and still unanimously Canadian National Champion, Wild Thing.
I'm just going to let Wild Thing bask in that glory right now. A very well-earned V1 for the Canadian National Champion. We move on now to a number 1 contenders match, the AWL Joshi Championship. Yeah, the women are in the top 3 matches. You got a problem with that?
The following contest is scheduled for 1 fall, and it is a number 1 contenders match for the AWL Wrestling League Joshi Championship. Introducing first, making her way to the ring, she is the number 1 rank of the AWL Best 4, fighting out of the Wasteland, Heidi Howitzer.
Well, get used to this dubstep nightmare, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else, because this is our second tag team versus tag team match, and it's not a tag team match. Earlier, we had the new classics facing off against each other with rank on the line. Now we have got the Wasteland War Party, the most dominant tag team of this season. Long-running tag team champions, 9-1 as a tag team, that one defeat to the Ladies of Lucha, who will be defending the Joshi tag team titles immediately following this match.
And her opponent, also making their way to the ring from the Wasteland, they are the reigning NWA World Television Champion and the number 3 rank in the AWL Best 4, Max the Impaler.
Max the Impaler with a record of 17 wins and 5 losses in their AWL career, ratio of +12. Heidi Howitzer, not quite as good, but still respectable. 13 wins and 4 losses, ratio of +9. And of course that, somehow the NWA is still technically alive, and you know what? Good for them. I think we get more views than they do. No, we don't. Nobody gets fewer views than I do. You know what? I love doing this anyway. It's fun. It passes the time. Now, if there's ever been 2 tag team partners who are not going to hesitate to beat the living tar out of each other, it is these 2. Heidi Howitzer and Max the Impaler over the top rope. And I would not expect this to... Oh, that's interesting. I did not expect this to stay inside the ring. Of course, the Wasteland War Party, the innovators of the Wasteland Scrap Trap Cage match, wherein they won the AWL Joshi Tag Team titles. And of course, the Wasteland War match, wherein they defended the belts. And wait a minute, Cole Nelson trying to wear down the Goliath of the Joshi division in Max the Impaler does not succeed. But a good effort, though. Go for the joints. Go for the chinks in the proverbial armor. Okay, and now Tope Suicida with the crossbody. A little bit of a turn in the angle there. Catching the broadside of Max the Impaler flush. And now going after their knee as well. Yeah, knee injuries to professional wrestlers, unfortunately common, and they do tend to take literal years out of your career. A bad enough knee injury. I mean, Eddie Kingston just posted that he's looking to be out probably around 10 months with the knee injury he suffered at NJPW Resurgence. We wish Eddie a speedy recovery. We wish him all the best in beating that clock. And we hope to see the War King back in an AEW, AWL, NJPW ring. Though, I have to imagine the War King thinking, hey, if I'm going to get hurt, I don't mind getting hurt on the cerulean blue of New Japan Pro Wrestling. And now we have the choke going up, military press. Power slam by Max the Impaler. 1, 2, dead center of the ring. Perfect placement by the non-binary Nightmare. Just not enough to get the 3 count. The winner of this match will be facing off against, in her first contracted appearance on AWL Strong and Free, Black Tiger Queen will be making her first defense of the AWL Joshi Championship next week against the winner of this match. That's all leading into the season finale, of course. A busy time for all of our champions. And we still have that tag team title match coming up next. It's bad for the singles champions. It's a worse schedule for the tag team champions because they've got to get through the entire AWL Best 4 before the reset. Speaking of the reset, for the AWL Joshi Tag Team Division and the Men's Tag Team Division as well, the Wasteland War Party, with an incredible 9-1 record, +8 as a tag team this season, they are mathematically guaranteed to be in that Forge the 4 tournament, one of our mid-season shows that we have. We're going to have 2 4-team tournaments to crown the best 4 of the AWL Joshi division and the Danshi Tag Team division as well. Now, it's not necessarily the top 2 from each brand. It's not necessarily the top 2 from Canada, top 2 from Japan. It's the top 2 overall in the league. Basically, if you're not the reigning champions and you're one of the top 4 in terms of wins and losses, you're in. Right now, the Wasteland War Party, nobody can touch them in the Joshi Tag Team division. Taking a look over the the Japanese version of things, yeah, nobody near. Looking at +3, +2, the +1, but +8, that's untouchable. Even over in the men's division, the +7 of the reigning tag team champions House Classic doesn't even touch how good the Wasteland War Party has been this season as a tag team.
5 minutes left. 5 remaining.
So you gotta know there's gonna be a future date with the Joshi Tag Team titles for this duo coming up. But that's gonna have to wait for next season. The AWL Best 4, the Dancing Queens, get their rematch opportunity tonight. And that's going to leave the Black Tigers to challenge the winner of that match at some point. That's right, Black Tiger Queen, in just a couple of weeks, could come out of this as a double champion, singles and tag team, in the Animated Wrestling League. Nobody has done that since the beginning of the Joshi Tag Team division with Akira Merune, who was, at least at one point, reigning tag team and Joshi singles champion. 4 minutes left, and of course, in the event of a time limit draw, that title match will be canceled for next week. Neither of these women will get the opportunity, and they're the only ones in Canada right now who are ranked in the singles division of the Best 4. Right now, it's Heidi Howitzer, Spring Tiger, Max the Impaler. As you heard the announcements coming into this, Max the Impaler, number 3 rank, facing number 1. Though Heidi Howitzer would maintain her rank with a victory, going to that tombstone pile driver that she loves, does not hit it. Max the Impaler able to shift their way, going for it again, no! Maybe just a little too bottom heavy, I don't know. Different center of gravity from your average opponent. 3 minutes and change left, going up here, and now the over-the-shoulder wasteland pile driver. Both of these wrestlers, fans of the pile driver.
There are 3 minutes remaining.
Max and Impaler moving their opponent away from the ropes into the cover. 1, 2, kick out. So close. But does not connect. We're not worthy, it says. Yes, you are. Another attempt at the over-the-shoulder, but no. Giving all of their opponents back in the locker room a master class in how to counter the pile-driving finishers of the Wasteland War Party. Here we go again. Tombstone pile driver, but is that too close to the ropes? Referee checks. No. Rope break. Lucky ring positioning. Heidi Howitzer does not seem concerned. Misses. Pulling up now. 2 minutes remaining. Wasteland pile driver.
2 minutes remaining.
Get her away from the ropes. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Into the cover with 1 minute and 48 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Black Tiger Queen versus Max the Impaler. That's going to be a bloodbath. Unbelievable. This is going to be a clinic of badass powerhouse wrestling next week.
Max the Impaler.
And there you see it is official. Black Tiger Queen for the AWL Joshi Championship will be here next week defending against Max the Impaler. And now we have it, the main event for the Tag Team Championship, and the career of Joya may hang in the balance.
The following contest is your main event of the evening, and it is scheduled for 1 fall, 1 submission or lockup for the Animated Wrestling League Joshi Tag Team Championship.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, and wrestling fans of all genders, as we are recording this, we are just a couple of days away from Willow Nightingale defending that TBS championship. I keep wanting to call it a television championship. It isn't. Defending the AEW TBS championship against Mercedes Moné, the former Sasha Banks, in a rematch from their bout for the Strong Openweight Championship about a year ago, almost exactly a year ago. But she said she was not going to miss the opportunity to be here and to challenge the ladies of Lucha, the Tag Team Championship of the world. There's no tag team title for her to wrestle for in All Elite Wrestling. I have no idea why, but here you see them, the Joshi Tag Team Champions, the most prestigious tag team titles in all of women's wrestling, certainly here in Canada. Of course, the Joshi Tag Team titles, a floating championship. Challenger champions able to face challengers from Canada, Japan, or anywhere else in the world for that matter. And in the main event where it belongs, the signature red leather of the Joshi division. We now go to ringside for the official introductions.
Introducing first the challenger, the tag team combination of the All Elite Wrestling TBS champion, Willow Nightingale, and the Enjoy Wrestling champion, Edith Surreal. Together they are the number 2 rank in the AWL Best 4, the Dancing Queens. And their opponents, they are the reigning and defending Animated Wrestling League Joshi Tag Team champions, tonight making their first title defense, Joya Lupe Peligro. Together they are the ladies of Lucha. And this is an officially sanctioned Joshi Tag Team Championship match under the auspices of the Animated Wrestling League, AWL Commissioner presiding, and the founder of AWL Senior Official Joey Ophidian in charge.
Main event, 30-minute time limit. Willow Nightingale going to start off against the Knockout Queen, Lupe Peligro. Watch the boot. Bang the gong. We are on 30 minutes. Plenty of time here. Spin of the leg. Shove away and into the pounce! Period. This could be the fastest title change on record. Of course, the Dancing Queens of Edith Surreal and Willow Nightingale, former AWL Joshi Tag Team Champions. They were the ones that lost the belts to the Wasteland War Party earlier this season. This will be their last opportunity this season, and frankly, their win-loss record this season and last, not good enough to get them into the Joshi Forge the 4 tournament this year. So they're not going to get another shot at the belts for quite some time. But a tag into the woman whose very career hangs in the balance, Joya, without the Joshi Tag Team Championship belt to protect her, is in the danger zone, would have to compete in that career-threatening Botchamania match that looms like a sword of Damocles over the entire AWL going into the season finale. Every single season we lose people. You've got to keep up in the AWL or you are gone. Right hand to the Enjoy Wrestling Champion. If you like independent wrestling, like real independent wrestling, and you kind of like the idea of celebrating the diversity of humanity, check out Enjoy Wrestling. It's all up on YouTube. You can get there in pretty much their entire catalog, I think. They are fantastic. Nasty right arms. And I don't know what those fins on the gauntlets are supposed to be for, but they are... Oh, big stomp. I don't know what those things are made of, but they seem to be doing some damage. Tag made, Lupe Peligro now, in what I think might be a first ever match. I'm not entirely certain. Big drop kick right to the head of the Luchadora. We got 3 masked wrestlers here. Lupe Peligro, of course, in a former life, a far more restrictive mask, donned the face of the woman we now know to A, be a woman, and B, the Edith Surreal. Product of the Chikara Wrestle Factory. Still grinding it out on the independents in the northeastern United States, and of course, whenever we can get her up here to Toronto, for the AWL Strong and Free division. On the outside with the 20 count, titles do not change hands. Outside of the ring. Now, unlike in Chikara, this is a 1-fall match with no 2 out of 3 falls here. Lift up into the knee. Lupe Peligro with a little bit of a hesitation there. She was maybe thinking the tag, changed her mind, goes for the spine buster and hits it. Edith Surreal in trouble as the champion has placed her body between... Oh, and there's the spear! Giving up the ring position to do significant damage, and now a decision finally made. Joya to come in. But Edith Surreal being given a lot of time here. This is a strategic mistake. Double stomp. That's not going to work. I'm sorry. 1, 2... Not even a 2 count, 1.5. Before Willow Nightingale, the Babe of the Power, could get in and take this out. Couple of hard shots there, right to the midsection. A title change means locked in Botchamania. Only 2 shows between us and the finale. No time to pull yourself out of the danger zone anymore. Up, and no escape. Drop down. It is Surreal, who's actually kind of on pretty close to the bubble of the danger zone. She's not there at the moment, I don't think, but she's pretty darn close. A loss here would not help her. There's the right hand. And Diamond Explosion! He thought so was with a Diamond Explosion to retain the tag team titles, but way too close to enemy territory. Oh, what is this? On the outside now. Willow Nightingale, interestingly, returning to the ring. There's a spear. But Willow is on spaghetti legs at the moment. We're only
25 remaining.
Oh, you just heard that. Wait a minute. Jewel cutter. The jewel cutter. Jewel cutter. Hisatsuwaza. Diamond. No! Diamond Notion. Brilliant escape by the AWL Joshi Tag Team Champion, the Jewel of Lucha Libre. Swing into the corner. Tag made. Tag Kogek the opportunity. Tag team attack. Double spear. And now looking for the springboard drop kick. She's knocked out a lot of opponents. She can win the title by knockout. Boom! Turns her over. Referee checks. Pulls the feet away from the ropes. A necessary save. An absolute necessity of a save by Ida Surreal. STO, Space Tornado Ogawa going up to the top rope. Lupe Peligro from Veracruz, Mexico with a high splash. What is she thinking here? She's thinking leg drop right across the throat. That's won a few wrestling matches in the past. 1, 2, and it wins another. Ida Surreal not able to get there in time. And just like that, Lupe Peligro saves Joya from Batsu Mania. But here we go, an incredible win for the ladies of Lucha to finish us off tonight.
Here are your winners, and still announcing Joshi Tag Team Champions, the ladies of Lucha.
Best of luck to Willow Nightingale in her TBS title defense against Mercedes Moné at Double or Nothing. But for tonight, that does it for us. I'm Ryu Sensei. This has been the Animated Wrestling League. Please subscribe. And we got a Joshi title match next week. But for tonight, korede, kumarida.